Chapter 1. The Fear of Speaking English. Speaking English confidently is a dream for many, but it often feels out of reach. You might hesitate because of the fear of making mistakes or worrying about being judged. Trust me, I've been there. I remember sitting in my first English class, barely able to introduce myself. My palms would sweat, my voice would tremble, and I'd pray that the teacher wouldn't call on me. But that fear, as overwhelming as it felt, was the beginning of a journey I never imagined. It was the first step toward transforming my English skills and my confidence in just 10 minutes a day. It all started when my mentor, Mr. Collins, gave me a challenge. "Emily," he said, "what if you spent just 10 minutes a day speaking English out loud? Could you commit to that?" I was skeptical. 10 minutes. How could that possibly make a difference? But his confidence in the method intrigued me. "Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent actions," he added. I didn't realize it at the time, but those words would change everything. The first day was the hardest. I locked myself in my room and set a timer. 10 minutes. Felt like forever. I stared at the mirror, trying to string together simple sentences. "My name is Emily. I like reading books. Today is sunny." My voice sounded strange to me, almost foreign. I stumbled over words and felt embarrassed even though no one was watching. But when the timer beeped, a strange sense of accomplishment washed over me. I had done it. I had spoken English for 10 whole minutes. What I didn't know then was that this small step was planting the seeds of confidence. The next day I did it again. And again. Each time the words came a little easier. My sentences grew longer. I started experimenting with new phrases and even tried mimicking the accents I heard in English movies. By the end of the week, 10 minutes didn't feel like enough. I wanted to do more. But the beauty of this method was that it didn't demand much. Just 10 minutes a day. That was all it took to break the ice and begin building a foundation for fluent, confident English. Chapter 2. Turning practice into progress. As weeks turned into months, I began to notice subtle but significant changes. One day, I found myself at a cafe, nervously rehearsing how to order in English. When the barista asked, "What can I get for you?" I didn't freeze. Instead, I smiled and said, "I'll have a latte, please." It was a simple sentence, but to me it felt like climbing Mount Everest. The barista smiled back, and for the first time, I felt the thrill of communicating in a language that had once seemed so daunting. This progress didn't happen by accident. It was the result of a system I developed during those daily 10-minute sessions. Here's how it worked. 1. Mirror conversations. I treated my mirror like a conversation partner. I asked myself questions and answered them out loud. For example, "What did you do today?" "I went to the park and read a book." It felt silly at first, but it trained my brain to think in English. 2. Listening and mimicking. I watched short English clips on YouTube or listened to podcasts with clear, slow speech. I would pause and repeat each sentence, mimicking the speaker's tone and rhythm. This not only improved my pronunciation but also helped me sound more natural. 3. Sentence expansion. I started with simple sentences and gradually made them more complex. For example, "I like coffee" became "I like coffee because it helps me feel awake in the morning." This exercise helped me build confidence in forming longer, more detailed sentences. 4. Role-playing scenarios. I imagined real-life situations like ordering food, asking for directions, or introducing myself at a party. I practiced these scenarios out loud so when they happened in real life I felt prepared. The turning point came during a group presentation in my English class. Normally, I would have avoided speaking, letting others take the lead. But this time I volunteered to start. My hands were shaking as I began, but as the words flowed, I felt a surge of confidence. When I finished, my classmates clapped, and my teacher gave me an approving nod. For the first time I felt proud of my English skills. It was a small victory, but it fueled my determination to keep going. Chapter 3. Building a lifelong habit. The real magic of the 10-minute method isn't just in the progress you make. It's in the habit you build. By committing to just 10 minutes a day, I developed a routine that became as natural as brushing my teeth. And the best part, the results didn't stop at confidence. They spilled over into every area of my life. One evening, I received a message from a friend I hadn't spoken to in years. She was visiting my city and wanted to meet. The catch: she only spoke English. A year ago this would have terrified me, but now I felt excited. When we met, we talked for hours about everything from travel to work to our favorite TV shows. At one point she paused and said, "Emily, your English has improved so much. I'm impressed." Her words felt like a badge of honor, proof that my efforts were paying off. But it wasn't just social interactions that improved. I found myself excelling at work, where English presentations and meetings became part of my routine. My boss once told me, "Emily, your communication skills have skyrocketed. What's your secret?" I smiled and replied, 10 minutes a day. The simplicity of the habit amazed everyone who heard about it. Another significant moment came during a trip abroad. I was in a foreign country, navigating busy streets and unfamiliar customs. English became my lifeline, the bridge that connected me with people from different walks of life. I negotiated prices in markets, asked for directions, and even made friends, all in English. Each interaction reinforced the confidence I had built one day at a time. Here's the truth. Confidence in speaking English doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from showing up every day, even when it's hard. It comes from embracing mistakes as stepping stones to improvement. And it comes from celebrating small victories like ordering a coffee or holding a conversation with a friend. If you're ready to start your own journey, here's my challenge to you. Set aside just 10 minutes a day to speak English out loud. Use the mirror, practice with a friend, or even talk to your pet. Doesn't matter how you do it. What matters is that you start. Over time, those 10 minutes will add up, and before you know it, you'll be speaking English with confidence and ease. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this story inspired you, please like, comment, and subscribe for more tips and stories to help you master English. Remember, confidence starts with a single step, or in this case, 10 minutes. You've got this.